अच्छा, सबसे पहले तो आप लोगों को मैं बताना चाहता हूँ कि ये जून और मई में जो चेंजिंग है ये आपके टेस्ट के मुतलका नहीं है। आप इनको वरी ना करें कि टेस्ट के अंदर कोई ऐसी चेंजिंग है। ये सिर्फ वो बुकिंग का सिलसिला है, उसको जितना लंबा चौड़ा कर लें आप लोग, आप लर्नर्स के मुतलका वो नहीं है। आपके टेस्ट के अंदर कोई इस तरह की कोई स्पेसिफिक चेंज नहीं है। वो टेस्ट की बुकिंग का है कि आप सिर्फ 2 बार ही कर सकते हैं। अब चलते हैं कि आप टेस्ट क्यों नहीं पास हो रहे हो, मसला क्या है, आप लोग ये साइन क्यों नहीं पढ़ते हो। अब इस जगह पे पहुंच के टाउन और सिटी की ड्राइविंग बोलता हूँ ना, बोलता हूँ, अपने आप को थकाओ, अपने आप को गुलाब के फूल ना बनाओ। आप लोग गुलाब के फूल हैं, ये नहीं है कि आप नहीं है, ये ना समझना। लेकिन गुलाब के फूल के साथ कांटे भी होते हैं। कोई भी चीज़ जब आसानी से मिल जाती है ना तो उसकी कदर नहीं होती है। कदर उसी चीज़ की होती है जिसके ऊपर थोड़ी सी एफर्ट की जाए। तो इस चीज़ के ऊपर अगर आप एफर्ट करेंगे तो दिस विल बी डेफिनेटली यू विल लव इट, और दिस वाज नॉट दैट इजी दैट वी गॉट इट। सो इन रियलिटी when it comes to test, and when I say to you that make yourself tired, many people get, it's only understandable, people, viewers, they come to know that what is a Mr. Bot saying. Nobody likes to get tired, and if we have so much stress and so much parshania and so much struggling life, everybody has, up to wherever, even prime minister of this country will be having that level stress and parshania, and we have an over level. And thank you very much. Yes, this is how we move over life. So if you really wanted to pass, if you really wanted to get this out of it, like I had a comment, I really felt for that comment. I cried blood tears, to be honest. But realistically, what I can do and what you can do. And she was saying that I had over 100 lessons, and over 100 lessons after still I don't understand what to do. And see if I can help her. If she's around, I can check and I can see what's the psychologically things that she's going through and why is that is still. And overall, yes, she's not the only one. I had people that they passed 10th time, 15th time, and 20th time, and lessons, oh god, there was a company, a pass and go. And when she came, I don't know whether she was right or wrong. I don't know. But there was a few people, they came from that company, and there was one guy passed last week with me. I talk with the logic. I will only talk when I have a solid proof with me. And that woman told me that, I goes, if you had so many lessons, you've been learning for 2 years, you should have done better in my assessment, and you probably have spent it over. If you have, I've just guessed it, that if you've been learning for 2 years, you should have at least you have spent it like 2-3 grand. And she goes, hey Mr. Butt, 2-3 grand, I spent it 25k. And still her drive was like, she only born yesterday. I'm telling you this logic. And then the other guy who came to me the other week, and he says, oh, when I was booking tests, this is cancelled, this is same company. And now a week before they said we can't take you for test. Before they were changing instructor, or this instructor is not available, go to this instructor, go to this instructor. They should not do that. You should be very upfront, very upfront. Charge them 50 pound, 20 pound extra, but don't play with learners' emotional feelings, because when they come into you, they trust you. And this is for all my brothers and sisters who are in the teaching, because at the end of the day, you call yourself a driving instructor, and driving instructor, if you take it in other meanings, it means you are a teacher. And when they tell you, and they depends on you, and they trust you, and then all that, and when you start playing with their feelings, and when they're giving you money, you say, okay, fine, I will take you, change the test here, there, and they listen to you when he comes closer. And if you know still that they will give you money, they will say, oh, I can take you, but then if you know, then you make excuses. I'm not saying everybody is same, but it should not be. emotional blackmailing in there, and then they refused the test and all that. And I've checked him and he was okay, and I says, this is what it is, God knows best what will happen, but I'll take you. But that's the beauty of A grade and 51 of course. But alhamdulillah, overall, if you really wanted to pass, if you want to get out of this, if you don't want to be one of those people, then realistically you need to understand in driving, it's not just 40 minutes drive in driving. And that's what coming from the teacher side of it as well, that most of the teacher, when they come with me and I teach them PDIs and standard check, I tell them, and when I tell them, they come to know, oh, okay, this is what we have to do. But in reality, a learner is coming to you to get them ready for a safe driving. And safe driving is for us to teach them safe driving. In reality, the learner wants a driving license. I sleep, and the next morning the letterbox should drop a driving card that I'm allowed to drive in the UK. And this driving license is used in all over countries to drive. But learners, if you want to pass the driving test, you need to understand in driving what they check in. And in reality, if I open that Pandora box, there will be things that we do normally. When I go to work, I move off. When I go to my destination, I stop. And the examiner wants to see that safe moving off and safe stopping. Now, when I move off, am I safe for myself? And then am I safe for the other road users, cars, or am I just causing trouble? And then safety first, isn't it? Moving the country safely and sustainably. This is what the government says, that we need to be careful where we live, so we have a less ratio of accidents, and we can be going lead rope. Everybody wants to improve, nobody wants to decrease their grade and go down. So this is what the motive is. And for the learner, if you really want to pass, you have to learn how to move off safely, how to stop safely. And in between, I moved off, now I'm driving straight, I will stop to my destination or somewhere where I got to stop. Understand this. In between, I will go right, I will go left. These are the two things. In between, it will be my planning, it will be my response to cyclists, it will be a response to motorcyclists, it will be response to horse riders, mobility peoples, children's, pushchair, prom, because everything is there. If you see those red stars there, that stones, I don't know what they're called, I forgot about it, but you name it. What is those for? Why they are like that? This is for the blind people, that when they walk in, they got that stick and they put it on it, and when that stick goes onto that surface, they know. There is a reason for every color and every single line and the lanes and box and the white line and the painted line. There is so much. If you make that book, it will be a big book. Zigzags and the information sign and the warning sign and the order sign. And many of the learners, when they come and they don't know about the meaning of the hazard lines and the warning sign and the warning sign, and also the order sign, speed sign. So when you go left and right, coming to the basic, that how can you pass your driving test, or how, if you get to that stage that you can pass driving test, this means that you are a safe driver, you are up to a test standard. There is 4 categories. I'm always explaining you this, that beginner, partly trained, and then test ready or test standard, or you can go for test. So to get to that number 4 is for PDIs and ADIs, is that lesson planning. We always tell them how to plan your lesson, how to teach your learner and what to do. You know what I mean? So always be careful that what you are going to do, what going to be happen in the next moment. Everybody can make mistakes. There's no doubt about that. But when we go left, when we go right, then they tell you that this is the routine. Check your mirrors. The mirror, 3 mirrors are the basic mirrors. They're here. They're not moving. Any other new car, whether it's worth £1 or it's worth 1 million, these 3 mirrors will be there. And then the signals indicator lever will be there. So then they guide you through on the roads. They've got this. Look, dotted line, hazard line, stopping line, advanced line, everything. In moving off and stopping, when you go left and right, and if somebody is not telling you what to do, you always go straight. So when you go straight, there's less hassle, less things to do. You only check center mirror if you're slowing down. If you're stopping, you check center mirror. When you're going left and right, you check left mirror if you're going left. When you're going right, you check right mirror. And like I said, many people I know it's a 6-point check and it's 5-point check and it's MSM and MSPSL, but make it in simple logic that it is there. We tell you this, but in the other side, this is what the coping strategy is for the teacher to teach, that in reality that you got to understand that you need to go into proper, like I was watching one of the video and that gentleman is new for like I am, and he's left me comment as well. I think his school is called Gem. So he was talking about something that it had in my head a long time ago, that we always go and we ask the learner, oh, what level you think you are now, scale yourself from. They say something when the standard check came very new, and I left that video that people says there is a section in it. Learner, this is for you as well. There is a section in it. They ask you about safety critical incidents and the risk management. Oh, what is the risk management? Oh, there's no risk management. The risk management is just you tell the learner that, oh, risk manager, I've got the clutch and I've got brake and I've got steering control I will take. This is risk management. That's it. You just say at the start of the lesson. And later on, we come to know that the risk management is not just that saying. Risk management is throughout your lesson. That's why there is that 5 section of the risk management. That is throughout, every second, every minute. You're not just going to say that and that's the risk management. That was not there. And then you scale yourself 0, nothing, 10, highest. And there's no coping strategy in it. Where that number come from? How that number is there? Why that number is there? Why did you pick up that number? Why did you not go more? Why did you not go less? What do you want me to improve that number? You can say the number, but it's just a saying. And then close in the diary and put it in aside. It don't make no sense. And that's why I'm saying to you, when it comes to learner and they want to know and you telling them you didn't do, because we used to it. MSM, you didn't do MSM. You didn't check blind spot. You didn't check, even though if they're doing it, I've noticed that as well. That even though if you're doing it, but you're not doing it that way. Because end of the day, you have to see the eyeballs are rolling. You don't have to physically stretch yourself like a bubble gum. No, you got to see, like here, I'm going right. So if I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I've looked at. I don't have to physically do that and do that. No, a driver or a trainer should be trained. And that's another problem with the identification of the faults. If we were listening at the ADIs and PDIs, biggest issue. We are concerned about other things. When it comes to go left, and when it goes to left, I should be looking what the pupil is doing now in their eyes. Now signal, hands, then foot. Then while they're looking right, I should be looking. When they're looking left, I should be looking in their eyes and getting the advice from them. Getting the verification from them, and when they look right, quickly glance on left hand side and check. But we can't do that. I'm telling you, donkey ki chot pe That's why your identification of the faults of the PDIs and the standard check and all that, we get wrong identification of the faults. MSM. Simply tell the learners, when you move from here, where is the problem? And you give them logic that suppose the blind spots, we make them, the blind spot, and realistically, if you make somebody stop and there's a junction close to it, everything will not be covered in mirrors. The blind spot is everywhere there your eyes can't reach while you sit in here. No, sorry, blind spots are where everything that you can't see in mirrors. Those are your blind spots, fellow. How you cover them, and when you move, where is the problem? You go to the problem side. So this is a coping strategy, and that's why the examiner marks you down with it. I'm sorry to say, there was a nice atmosphere in the car. The car was nice and tidy, cleaned. The instructor was very friendly, but there was repeated fault happening, and the instructor Saab was only going towards the lesson planning, because I'm worried about lesson plan. And they did not did the coping strategy. There was not proactive, there was reactive. So to cover all this, viewers and learners, you should be making yourself not just relying. Fair enough, your teacher is there, they will help you, but end of the day, until you don't take those responsibility, you won't pass. I tell you this, पास होना मुश्किल हो जाएगा. बचाओ अपने आप को, पास करो, जिंदगी को मूव करो. जिंदगी 4 दिन की है, जा रही है, चली गई है. हम तो देखते रहे हैं, कल जवान होंगे, कल सही होगा, परसों सही होगा, परसों तो मैं सही फिट होऊंगा ना. हम सोचते थे परसों हम ऐसे होंगे, वो परसों हमें ऐसे कर रहा है. ऐसे ऐसे जा रहे हैं वापस. पास करो, ड्राइव करो, अपनी ज़िंदगी को, लाइफ को आज़ाद करो, थोड़ा थोड़ा काम करो, अपने आप को बिजी रखो. पैसा यार एक चीज़ नहीं खरीदता है. लेकिन जब आपकी कोई गलती निकाली जाए, या गलती निकालने से पहले जब आपको ये 4-5 चीज़ें मैं बताता हूँ ड्राइविंग में, बिफोर दीज somebody takes your identification of the faults, the instructor job is to identify what faults you're doing, then analyze that fault with your help. I ask my learner, get that analyzation. Everybody is adult, everybody's got some sort of understanding. Doesn't mean that the person who is sitting here, they don't know driving and they don't have nothing else in their life. There are people that they're more knowledgeable than you. A scientist, an engineer, a doctor, nurses, and you learn so many things from them. But only if we go into coping strategies, only if we go into the proactive, only if we are satisfied with ourselves, first of all, to sit on that side. And then we can identify the faults, and the instructor will identify, get the analyzation, get the consequences of it, that what could have happened, can be happen in the next stages if you carry on repeatedly doing these faults. Then remedial action, always you should be the first person as a learner to get that remedial action for you. Remedial action is that how you're going to eat food, how you're going to solve your problem. Don't you solve your other life problem during your life and work and house and outside? You responsible people. And when I say you're responsible people, you are responsible for your drive as well. That's what we've been told to say. Whose license? Whose insurance? Whose car? Whose wear and tear? Whose pocket? Whose money? And whose point? Our responsibility goes back to you. And we transfer you slow and steady. And until you get into that responsibility, every time you don't get that easy life. Like I said, the rose is a very, very beautiful. I'll show you. The rose flower is very beautiful, but there is stings. Kande, tanke, kante, whatever you call it in English. They're not very easy to peel. They're not very easy. You have to be very careful to take the flower from the rose, but it's very nice. Smell very good. And we do gulkand for that as well. And we make gulkand, put sugar in it. I don't know what it's called in English, but we call it gulkand. Very, very desi nuskha for homeopathic medicine for the flu and zukam and the constipation. Put little bit 2 spoon in the milk and put little bit desi ghee and good to go. But passing driving test easily only possible when you take your responsibilities, viewer. And the ADIs and PDIs, because if I've got this knowledge, I'm not superstitious man, but during the lifetime, like my teacher said, and he's always said that, and I love his words, and that what he said when he called me at home when I was stressed after passing, and when I went to his house and I goes, sir, I'm very stressed. I was thinking I will have a life, but I'm very, and he goes, Mr. Bird, this year, the injection I had last year, this year I felt a bit more ease with that injection. So I go, sir, thank you very much. I understood it now. That what I understood at that point is, Weaver, that what I'm thinking, that I can be very easy. Every job is a job. I can be very easy. I should be very relaxed, and it will not happen in day and two. It will take time. And now I come to that stage that still I learn. And viewers, if you want to pass, and you've seen that comment, if it's there, that she had 100 lessons, and still if the understanding is not there, that means she don't have that knowledge, she don't have that understanding, she don't have that information, that why we doing this, what is the purpose of this driving, what is the purpose of the things that we telling you, why do we tell this? There's nobody gone into this. And this is why I agree to one of the comment as well. I normally don't watch others videos, because they only make people sit and then they say do maneuver here, do 1 point here, 1 turn here, 3 point here. This is not the problem of the people. They are in the car of the instructor, they can do this, and there's no reference such as 100% accurate. You give me one of that, I will believe it. The all references depends on the person's height, adjustment of the seats, and the speed of the car. You give me a reference for the parallel park, you tell me do steering here, and if the speed is not correct, you won't get into that place. You give me reference for the bay parking, put here, put here, put here. First reference is for the driver, that they should look. You just guide them through that, do something here. And when you telling them do something here, what in realistically is in your head as a trainer, as a teacher, or as a learner, that how much space I've got. The problem with the learner is that what they do is basically they are just here, and what I used to say, they have a tunnel vision. A tunnel vision. If you have a vision of front and back, and you see how much space I've got, freedom of speech, freedom of, this is a freestyle country. You respect the law of the country which they have given you out there, follow those laws, and off we go. Help each other. Help the UK, make UK safer, let the UK move sustainably, so our generation can coming generations, our children, their children, their children, they can come and they can say the elder one has left. What is these politicians are doing? I'm not going to that topic, that whether somebody is doing something or not. And there's a reason behind everything. These days people are talking about Nigel Farage is won, he won. There's a reason behind it. God knows best. Why did he won? He's not against all the Muslim. I never met him. I don't want to go into politics, but I am mature man. I know, I can see around. Nobody is against anybody. But 5 fingers are not same. And we know that there are some, maybe 1%, 2%, I don't know. I don't want to go that topic, but I can talk about it. That we know, right? And what the elder says, the one fish in the whole net will make the all other tons and ton fish unable to eat. Other than that, Nigel Farage and all other these politicians, they know that what is the Pakistan like, what is the Pakistani like, and there is bigger superpower out there. What they're saying about it don't make no sense. But on one side, God knows best, and if we correct ourselves, that's it. Job done and dusted. Viewers, if you want to pass driving test, I'm only good with the driving and test. Politics, yes, I know I am. A little bit, we do talk about it. They are our leader, but on the other side, they are best with their job. That's why they are on the seat. Nobody can go with the seat, whether below earth or above earth, or good seat or bad seat, with God's help. Everybody has a belief. I've met so many different cultures here in this career and life. Everybody has some sort of belief, whether we call it Allah and they call it some supernature, they call it spiritual, they call it some sort of waves, some sort of something is there, and everybody has a belief. Hope this helps, and be safe, stay safe, learn good, understand the thing goods, reflect on things that you do, you say, and this will help you to pass the test. This will help you until you only have responsibilities for yourself and you don't want to see others. This is a lackness of knowledge. This is lackness of your understanding. In driving, we are within a million cars, and safety matters. We don't want to kill anybody. We don't want to see anybody on the road. I even don't want to kill a pigeon. I try to save them, but then again, in driving you can't save everything, but human is your priority.